Nintendo announced earlier this month that their new console, the Switch 2, very original, will be retailing at around $449 USD. But more importantly, they announced that most of their mainline game titles, like Mario Kart and Donkey Kong Bonanza, will be around $80. And I swear that was this generation's shot heard around the world, because literally everyone from Forbes to that one guy on Facebook who still owes you $20 from high school has been giving their 2 cents about it. And I'll be honest, I'm not the pinnacle of integrity. I want that sweet, sweet clout too. So I'm going to give you my perspective on the announcement, as well as what seems to be an industry shift towards more expensive games. And I'm going to try to be fair. I think we've had enough people telling us that greedy corporations are coming for our last dollar, and enough disconnected people saying that they would pay $120 for a game if it was good enough. Alright, let's get all the usual talking points out of the way. The topic of rising game prices is not exactly new. Developers keep showing us more and more ways that their games are pushing hardware. We have games that practically look like real life, or have a huge amount of assets being rendered into a big open world map. As more and more features get packed into these things, the retail cost has somehow still stayed about the same. I mean, if you look at Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, that came out in 2004, and the budget was $10 million. Grand Theft Auto 5, just 9 years later, took about $250 million to make. According to some very old forums I found, a copy of San Andreas was about $50 in 2004. While the most recent game, Grand Theft Auto 5, usually sold, and still does, for about $60. And in my humble opinion, the difference in quality is pretty severe for a $10 difference. And then of course there's the big I word. But don't think I'm just championing game developers over here. Although to some, 10 to 20 extra dollars isn't a big deal. It can be really hard on some families. It's not like a random 14-year-old really cares about your justifications when they're walking around a GameStop. A rise in cost when looked in the long term could just make someone not purchase a console at all if they know it's going to be a hassle to pay for the games later. And let's be honest, it's not like we're in 2004 anymore. Back in the day, families had a lot more disposable income to pay for those $50 games. Well, for a bit they did. But today, everything is expensive and our dollar just doesn't seem to go as far as it used to. And although each sale will get you an extra $20, will that really outpace the potential loss in sales from people who can't afford your product? I guess we're gonna find out. For me, I'm kinda on the whole thing. Growing up as a second child, pretty much all of my games were hand-me-downs. Usually my parents bought the console and games for our birthdays or Christmas. If we wanted more than that, it was gonna have to be bought through a $5 allowance or odd jobs like umpiring baseball games. Basically, once my brother got a new console that he either bought himself or from my mom and dad, I would end up getting the old one. I didn't even buy my first console until late high school. My friend was selling an Xbox 360. It was heavily used and way after the original release date. I got it for like 75 bucks, all games and controllers included. Whenever I find games, I'm always going through like the GameStop used section or a garage sale, and I'm usually only buying like 1 or 2 brand new games every year. However, it's not just about the console and the game. I think the main issue is the snowball effect that seems to pile on top of you as the trailer continues. You have a $449 console, $80 digital games. You have to choose whether you want to buy a portion of a slightly enhanced version of your old games or just play with the worse old one. There's a demo you have to pay for, and of course, your NSO membership, which by the way, gets you GameCube games on the Switch 2 exclusively. What? Were the GameCube games just too powerful for the Switch 1? We've been paying our memberships for years, Nintendo. Please just give us one of our most requested features while we scrape and save to try to get your new console. If it was just the console and the games, I'd probably be all for it. Annoyed, but all for it. But it's like every announcement they make is a big screw you to customers. But even with all that, I'm probably still gonna get it. For me, function is way more important than graphics. I like the vibrant art style of Nintendo games, and riddle me this, when you're visiting your family out of town, are you gonna drag your PS5 to your grandma's house? Or a Switch 2? When you and your wife both want to use the TV, a Switch can be used in handheld mode, so you can game while someone else watches the TV. It just works better for my family. But the Switch 2 being basically $500 at this point, I probably won't buy it until like Black Friday deals happen, combining every deal, gift card, and holiday money I get. And that right there, I think is the crux of the argument. The decision to raise prices has a real impact on their customers and should be taken with the utmost care. If people have to scrounge and save just to get the dang thing, it is not going to be hard to talk them out of buying it, either with a better console, a cheaper console, or, food. There's also a lot of outrage on the internet right now that is really unwarranted. A lot of bad faith arguments from people that were either never going to buy it to begin with, and there have also been a lot of corporate excuses as to why the prices are so high. But what you need to know is, you don't need any of that to share how you feel. If a $449 console is too much for you, despite looking forward to this announcement for years, it's okay to be upset. If you have disposable income and can't wait to pre-order your new console, I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy it. It almost feels like people are being told their opinion doesn't matter if they haven't come up with an articulate 3-point debate stance, either defending or attacking Nintendo. If you're mad at the company, be mad at the company, not strangers on the internet. I asked around, and most people that I've interacted with are actually okay with the $449 price tag. I mean, it does come with a lot of cool features and portability that most consoles could only dream of, but the game's getting closer and closer to $100 is the biggest issue people have. I mean, we only just recently bumped the standard up to $70. Now if this goes off without a hitch, then every game company will end up following suit. I mean, I've seen some rumors saying GTA 6 will be $120, maybe even more. Do I think the prices are a bit high? Sure do, but I'm not gonna pretend like I'm not gonna buy the dang thing. Kidding me? Trailer looked sick. Maybe if enough people don't buy it, there's definitely precedent for Nintendo to change course and drop the price. So maybe if I wait till the holidays, it'll help with the effort, but I'm not about to join some boycott crusade over it. And in the meantime, I'll be enjoying my one new game for the year, Night Rain, which is affordably priced at $40. If you can't get enough about Nintendo games, here's a video I made on TCG Pocket. I think you'll like it. And here's some links so I don't get sued. Later, nerds.